Good morning, crafty friends. It's Maddie from Spectrum Art. Madison is actually still sleeping in. It is a beautiful Saturday morning in sunny Florida. So welcome to sunny Florida. But I wanted to hop on real quick because I had promised to share this video earlier this week, and believe it or not, I just had not had a chance to stop and put this all together for you guys. So today is the day. But we are continuing our fall inspired Halloween fun, crafting, and we went ahead and chose the movie Hocus Pocus for today's crafting. So probably you're all familiar with the movie, but if you have not watched it, I definitely recommend it. It is a Halloween themed movie, but it's not a scary one. It was actually released, about 25 years ago. 1993, if I'm not mistaken. So over 25 years ago. Can you believe that? My goodness, that makes you feel old. Time flies. But it's a really cute movie. It is about family, about sibling love, about courage, about life changes, moving into a new town and overcoming that, some teenage love. It's really a cute family movie. But these were inspired by that movie because we love that movie, and every year we make sure we go ahead and watch it right around this time. So we went ahead and did some crafting to go with that, and of course these are all standalone projects as well as can be used in a journal or incorporated into a project as well. So let's go over what we actually did, and we'll do a project share. How about if I move them out of the way first, and then we bring them back in one by one. So the first thing we have here is an actual folder. It is like a miniature manila folder. This is actually a custom paper that we had done. This is a mixed media paper, and we went ahead and made a photocopy, but it had the purples and the blues and the oranges going with it, so we thought it would fit perfectly. And then we found an image online, a printable that actually had the three Sanderson sisters from the movie. And by the way, the acting is just phenomenal. It's got Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, and oh my gosh, this girl's name escapes me. But anyway, you can watch the movie. It's so much fun. But this is a miniature file folder that can be inserted into obviously a pocket or anything else. It's got all kinds of, like I mentioned, media collage images on the back, including doilies and stuff, and then some really fun trim on here behind the picture, and of course a place for you to go ahead and write or journal, and you can insert papers, you can close it into a pocket, but just a really fun size pocket. Then we've got this really cute journal. And again, you've got the three Sanderson sisters with the words Hocus Pocus and a spider web. And we added this really cool textured paper in the back. And then it's got a backing. And this is actually one of our dyed index cards. And some lace back here, if you can see that. Then we've got this really cute tassel with colors to coordinate, and we went ahead and grunged up the clip, so it was like this. It was nice and shiny and silver, and then we went ahead and used some alcohol inks to give it some greens and browns and more of a distressed older look. And then inside, like I said, it's a little miniature, and again, see that index card? Pretty cool, huh? We went ahead and just used some of our papers and made a little junk journal. Isn't that delicious? I can't remember who we got that from, but we bought it in a D-stash from somebody. And then some really cool paper, dyed doilies. And so we've got ourselves, and it's been sewn in, we've got ourselves a little junk journal. Again, that can stand on its own, or it can also be put into a bigger journal, right? Or project. So there's that. Let's go with this one. Then we've got this one. This one's got, again, the 3 Sanderson sisters, and they've been popped up. Well, this one's been propped up in a dot, so it's 3D, but not so much. That's one of the challenges of creating these is, you know, I want to add buttons and lace and pom-poms and all kinds of stuff. But you know what? When you're trying to think of inserting these into journals or other books, obviously they have to be relatively flat. So it's a challenge of adding layers without adding necessarily too much height or bulk. But this is the back. It's got a closure with a ribbon, organza, I believe. I'm pretty sure Madison used organza on this one. And it closes that way, and it opens here. And then, of course, inside it says Hocus Pocus. And we've got some craft paper that's been stained and dyed as well. And then we've got these cute little pockets in here. And so that's another one of the tucks. And I love that black lace at the top. Let's see, here we've got an altered frame. So Madison used a We Are Memory Keeper punch board thing, and she actually went ahead and made this frame from a cereal box, a recycled cereal box. Then we had this paper. This is actually leftover little pieces of strips of paper that we had from other projects, which we saved in our in a little box that we keep all of our scraps. And so she went ahead and we used the image in the back. We used some really cool spidery paper, and because of that, she went ahead and stamped this little spider here in the web in the corner, and then this other little creepy crawly spider. Oh, I hope I'm in frame. I hope I've been in frame the whole time. And it says Hocus Pocus as well on the banner. But isn't that just neat how, you know, the purples and the pinks are picked up from her dress on that frame? So that one's really colorful. Then we've got this corner tuck. And of course, this is something that is put into, find a book of some sort. If you have a book, you can go ahead and put that this way, and then it becomes a corner tuck, right? I think most of you are familiar with corner tucks. And so on this one, you've got, again, some of that saved painty paper that Madison had made, which we wanted to do that because this paper line is not the thickest in the world. I mean, it's got a good thickness, you can hear it, but it's not super heavy. So, you know, if you're going to be inserting stuff in and out, you don't want it to be catching constantly on those edges. So we used a much thicker, see it? Background, which was mounted on, again, a cereal box. So it's very, very strong when it comes to being able to slide stuff in and out without it actually getting damaged. And then you've got the coordinating lace. You've got some of the Pearlex dots, which look like metal, but they're not, which are pretty cool. And then this cool bat, you know, greenish, ghoulish background. Not ghoulish, but just very, very festive. Very nice for the season. It's those greens, I think, that and purples that really pick it up. And speaking of green and purples, look at this one, right? So on this one, it started to just be like a card, like a 3-layered card. And then we had the idea, wait a minute, why just glue them down and stack them if we can actually do something with them? So on here, you've got this really pretty tassel. Again, those coordinating fibers. Then we went ahead and inserted an eyelet and a gourd pin. And then we had this really cool image of the elder of the Sanderson sisters, which is Bette Midler again. And we went ahead and distressed it using the Tim Holtz distress tool and roughed it all up and scuffed it, and then used the distress inks around it. And then look it, we went ahead and put a nice piece of fabric on there. But as I mentioned, instead of gluing it all down, we actually stitched it. We went ahead and used a sewing machine and sewed it down. So now this opens up where you can journal here and here, and then this opens up so you can journal here and mount something here or still journal here. So instead of it just being a plain old just tag kind of thing, it's actually something that can flip out, and it's been sewn in and can be still glued down if you wanted to onto a page, right? And there's that one. So, but I love those greens and purples and blacks. They just coordinate so well. So there's that one. Then, of course, we had to make an envelope, right? Everybody knows us now. We made this really tiny legal envelope, again, using one of our templates, which we went ahead and resized. And here are the Sanderson sisters again. We used some seam binding, which is kind of neat because we went ahead and kind of grunged it up. And then, of course, it's been sewn in. And then it flips this way. And you've got yourself a nice little envelope in there. And it's been sewn all the way around. So it's kind of cool. So there's that one. Then, of course, we have the little sister. Her name is Emily in the movie. And Binks. Yes, Max is the brother. Binks is the cat. And there's Binks. She's holding Binks. And we've got some cute, I believe those are graphic 45 elements. I have to ask Madison which bag she used. Yeah, I believe these are graphic 45. But you also have in the back and in several other pieces, let's see, this piece also, if you notice, that is sewing pattern paper. So you know how it's like onion paper or tissue paper? It just adds a really grungy, nice element to project, especially you know, when you're thinking of something more vintage or grungy. So she went ahead and glued that on there. And then you've got your image, your nice border, and this is one of those little mini pockets as well. So this one's totally cute. Then we've got the Sanderson sisters, and isn't that cool? It's stickles. Can you guys see that? I hope you can. But it's got stickles to give it some bling, because of course we added some bling up here as well. You got to have at least one project with bling, right? And then you've got this black lace, and this is just one of those craft paper bags, which has been distressed and layered. And again, there's a pattern paper in the back. You see that? Those lines are from the pattern paper going across. And then you've got this other green paper here in the back. So you've got a few layers on here. But there's that pocket. Then we've got this tag, but it is a another tag that actually has multiple uses, because it's actually a sliding tag, right? Or a flip. Well, it's not a flip. It's got a brad on it that says 31, so October 31st. And then this purple flower, which was distressed. This paper in the back, it's so cool. It's got crows hanging from a chandelier. And then you have the Sanderson sisters again, with a really pretty border. And then this actually, because it is a brad, it actually allows it to slide, so you can still journal on here. You can still flip it this way and journal here as well as here if you like. So it's kind of cool. Or you can glue it down and then just have it, you know, do one of those. So this one's really neat too. Aren't they funny? Oh my gosh, that hair and that hair is hysterical. Okay, so there are the Sanderson sisters. And then finally, we've got this little pocket right here, which is totally cutie patootie. You've got lace, you've got a nice tuck in there. Isn't that paper beautiful? Just really pretty colors. I love fall colors. And then you've got this tag right here, which is, this paper's got like an embossing finish to it. It's like a crinkled embossing finish on the one side. And on the other, it's flat. And that's why we kind of used it. Even though we covered it up, we left it on this side because it gives it a grungier, textured look. But on this side, it's flat, so you can go ahead and still journal on it. And of course, you can still journal on here. Then this tucks in here in this little lace pocket. And then up here, we have another coordinating tag. And there it is. And that one's much bigger. And it's got nice little bling on it. And that tucks back up in here in this pocket. And that is our Sanderson Hocus Pocus collection. So hopefully this has given you plenty of ideas. Of course, this can be done in any theme. So it's a great way to go ahead and start, you know, putting together all your ephemera and possibilities for a journal or for a project that you're working on, and just change the theme to anything you'd like. So we hope that you have enjoyed it. We hope that you will give it a try. I'm sorry Madison wasn't here to tell you guys all good morning and to ask you questions, because she loves to ask you questions. So, but thanks once again for joining us, and we hope that all of you have a very blessed day. Bye. Thanks.